All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Akak Yadash. Lord, who honors the elders and the apostles of the Great Millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Christians. And this is your brother Abawan back again with another video. And I'll start from the book of Revelation 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan. And today I'm just going to focus on the first part of that precept, which is, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And the title of this video will be something along the lines of exactly that. But thou art rich, right? When you look at this world, right, you look at the men of the Lord and you see, how humble, how basic that we are in the world, right? No money, no, we're not balling out of control, right? Still don't have much cash, only food and raiment, only food, raiment, and really the resources enough to for our daily bread, and that is how it is even in the scriptures, right? The Most High, however, Hashem Yahushua is gracious to us enough to provide our daily bread, and that's all we really have. We're not balling out of control, or we're not rich in this world, or anything like that, right? Some people might even look at us and consider us poor, but in all actuality, we are rich, right? That's something that I was meditating on a while back, and I just realized it. Whenever you think about it, you should really think about it. We are actually rich because we are rich with the truth, right? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That is our blessing. That is our riches. Think of the celebrities, the millionaires and billionaires, and all of them that are rich in this world. Well, we that are in this truth, we have far greater riches than them because we're not rich in this world, but we are rich in the spirit and rich in the faith of the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which why the scripture shows you that, even every time the scriptures tells you not to be focused on the riches of this world, on the money of this world. So many precepts to go to, as it is written, what shall a man do, right? Right? What shall a man do if he gains the whole world but loses his soul? And what that means, of course, let's get that precept. If he gains the world but he loses his soul, what that shows you that there is something more valuable than all the money in the world, all the riches and the power. Because that's another thing that we have to consider as well. Because it's not just about riches, because with our people with Jake, Jake is only thinking about making money and gaining riches in this world. But with Esau Edom, Esau isn't focused on the money as much as they are focused on the power. Because the power is ultimately going into control and who controls what. And that's why you have the elites of Esau Edom basically controlling the whole world from behind the scenes because all of that money at the end of the day. And you see the same thing with these Edomite billionaires and these low level elites as well. That's why you see them trying to gather as much money as possible because it's not so much about the money, it's about the power, it's about the control. It's all about control. That's what this end of day is coming into. That's what Esau's MOTB and this whole Great Reset agenda is leading up to. It's about gaining control over the whole earth because we know that the end game of Esau, Edom, of these devils is to be as the Most High. They are trying to carve out and make a heaven for themselves here and a kingdom where they are like the Most High, where they know and see all things. Now, this is the book of Matthew 16, verse 26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? And the reason why we use this precept is because you see so many of our people, and it's Jake celebrities and the people around people that are rich in this world. So it's mainly the celebrities, of course, because the thing that comes to Jake is fame and fortune. So all of our people that have wealth to a high degree are also famous as well. Whether it's the mega church pastors, the rappers, the comedians, the actors, the athletes, and so on and so forth. All of the rich of our people, all of the wealthy of our people, well, they're not really wealthy, but all of the rich of our people, they have that fame. And they had to sell their soul or be involved or basically sell out to Esau Edom in order to gain that wealth. And right now, more and more, you are seeing the secrets of exactly what they had to do come out, and all the evil and the wickedness that they had to do. Whether it's whether it's animal, whether it's human sacrifice, when you have them sacrificing their own, children, parents, siblings, and things like that, or whether it's whether it's being turned out, where you have them basically getting their back getting their back blown out by Esau Edom, and it's not actually, that is not actually a laughing matter, but the best way to phrase it now for you to understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, both the male and female getting their back blown out by Esau Edom, and being sodomized and things like that. Okay, and it's all for what? To gain the riches of this world. But what they don't realize is that there are greater riches than what exists in this world. There are greater riches than the riches of this world, and that is the riches of the Most High, Yahweh Sham Yahushai. And there's a precept that just came into my mind: him that is rich in the Lord. Let me get that precept. Let me see if I can find that precept. Yeah, I can find that precept. I try to think of how it's phrased: rich in the Lord, rich in the truth, rich in knowledge, something along those lines. But basically, it's about going into the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High, Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, and those are true riches right there. Because let me get this precept, because those are true riches right there, and that is what we have in this truth. Okay, true riches. Because now, and I'm going to get the next, and I'm going to use another precept to bring that out. But let me start with this. So now this is the book of James 2 verse 5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, hath not the Most High Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahawashai, chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith? And that is what we have. And though we might not have riches in this world, the brothers might not be as wealthy as, some of these people are in the world are, but might not be as successful or in this world, no quote unquote successful in this world, because right now in this kingdom, riches are being, falsely equated with competence or with success, or with how great a man is. But in all actuality, all riches are just that, riches. Okay, it's just you know I don't really want to try. I don't really want to sit here, and I don't want to sit here and start downplaying, just how good, just how good riches are actually, because having money is still a blessing from the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and even the scriptures tells you that money is a defense. But of course, it also goes on and to say that wisdom is also a defense, and we'll get that precept very quickly, just to show you what that precept is going into. Okay, know the spell difference. It's either S or E. All these, the English language and all its alternative spellings. So this is the book of Ecclesiastes 7 verse 11. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that see the sun. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Right, and the reason that we're speaking about is not just any random knowledge or any random bit of information, but rather the wisdom of the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which is what I've been talking about for now, for a while. The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and the secret to that wisdom, the reason why it is so much greater than anything that you can get in this world, is because it gives life to them that have it. Right, because we have been renewed, they have been given new life, born again, as it's written in the scriptures. So that is what we have in this truth, the true riches. Because now we have riches that are that transcend this physical plane. And let's get that precept. Lay ye up for yourselves treasures in heaven, right? Where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, as it is written. And that is where our treasures are in this truth. So you might be wondering, oh, why can't I, get to a higher level financially, right? Why can't I increase in this kingdom? We have to realize, I say, why am I broke? But truly, if you are in this truth, you are not actually broke. You are rich, wealthy beyond imagination. You just have to close your eyes and see the forest beyond the tree, right? How it goes. See the forest beyond the trees. right? In this world, you might not have much, not anything in your bank account, no savings or anything like that. But in the spirit, you are stacking up for yourselves. You are stacking up for yourselves riches beyond imagination, and all those riches will pay dividend in the kingdom, right? You are making investment right now in probably the greatest way possible for our people, which is investing in the kingdom of the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahshai, which is why we're out there on the highways and byways, they're doing the sit downs, they're doing the videos, okay, and all that culminating in the fact that we are keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, the instructions of the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahshai. Matthew 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust does corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust does corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So I urge, you, and this is actually a rebuke for me as well, especially because I've always been thinking about that, trying to struggle and get into cash, trying to struggle and get into savings. I'm always thinking that I'm broke and I'm poor or things like that. But I have come to realize through meditation that I am not poor, okay? I may not have any wealth in this world. I may be poor in this world, but I am rich in faith, rich in the spirit, and wealthy in the kingdom through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, of course. And where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So the focus now is no longer primarily on this world, because you still have to have a little bit of focus on this world since we are in the world, but we're not of the world. You have to remember, you have to still be here. We're still, in transition. We're not in the kingdom. I believe that there's a saying in the world: don't be so heavenly minded that you're no earthly good, right? So I'm not here to say that, oh well, just put 100% of your focus on the kingdom, right? Just put 100% of your focus on the kingdom of heaven. Focus on the kingdom of heaven, and then people now bring out that precept, right? Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and its righteousness, and all that things shall be added unto you. And make it seem as though you should only be 100% focused on the truth and focused on the kingdom, and focused on only the kingdom. But no, you have to apply balance, right? As our power, the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is the God of balance. You have to apply balance and do, render unto, and I'm using analogies and parables right now, but render unto Caesar what is for Caesar, and render unto the Most High what is for the Most High. You still have to, as long as you are in the flesh, right? Because we are in the flesh right now. So you still have to do what you still have to do what you have to do in this world, right? To fulfill, to fulfill the criteria for living in this world. You have to work, right? You have to eat, you have to sleep, you have to still do so many other things in this world, not to live a healthy life in this world. But ultimately, the focus should be in the truth and in the spirit as well, right? Because we work just enough to have our daily bread, just enough to be able to go out to the highways and byways and teach, no more, no less, right? Because all of your focus, all of the energy, and the rest of the time that we are spending in this world is focused on seeking after the kingdom of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem and His righteousness, and you see that the riches are being stacked up for you in the heavens. Because I can see the riches right now, I can actually see it, visualize it, of course, with my mind, seeing all the things that we have waiting for us in the kingdom. Because as the Apostle Paul said, and let's get that, we have, and I've forgotten where that precept is at. I think it should still be the same Matthew 6. Let me go down a little bit. Okay, it's not here. Okay, it's not here. It's not this Matthew 6. I've forgotten how that precept goes. We have forsaken all. I think that's how it goes. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, this is it. This is it. This is it. Matthew 19, and I'll start from the 27th verse. So this is the book of Matthew 19. Matthew 19, and okay, let me go to the Let me go to the top. Matthew 19, verse 23. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of the Most High. How about Hashem Yahushai? And that is right, because you see how the rich of this world are moving, right? Which why the scriptures say that, I think that is the Apostle Paul. He warned those that are rich in this world that they trust not in uncertain riches, because all these rich men, right, they are thinking more of their riches than of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But we that have just enough, are focused on, and that is a parable from the King Solomon, from the king himself, our Lord Yahushua, when he was on the earth as Solomon. So let me get that precept. I believe that is in the book of Proverbs 30 on down. Two things are what required of thee. Let me get that precept. Okay, that should be this bit down. Okay, it's not this one. It's not here. Let me check. Okay, it's not here. I've forgotten the exact. Okay, I think it's here. This Proverbs 31. I've forgotten where it is at. Let me just type it in the search bar. I know I skipped over it. Proverbs 30 verse 7. Two things have I required of thee. Deny me them not before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me, lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is Yahweh? And this is what happens when you are too, when you have too much wealth, right? You begin to get puffed up with pride and say, by your own hand you have gotten all this for yourself. You're no longer thinking or minding on the things of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, but which have become a snare unto you. It has become a distraction to you, and it's taking you away from the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So continue on. Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain. And also in the other way around, this is how everything works in the world. You can't have too much of something or too little of something. You always have to find that perfect balance, that perfect spot in the middle where you have just enough that it is not that it's not too much and it becomes a burden to you, or it's not too little and also in the same way it becomes a burden to you for that reason, right? You are too wealthy and now you're no longer focused on the most you have because you think that you have everything you need. That's how that money can become a snare unto you. Or you are too poor and the only thing you're thinking about is how to get that money, right? How to get that money, how to get out of your situation, and now you're taking the name of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in vain, right? Because you're not even thinking about it as well. Because in the same situation, you're not thinking about the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, but that's wealth, right? That gaining riches has become a snare unto you. In this, both things make riches a snare to you, but in different ways. Let's go back to that. What I'm talking about. I just wanted to bring that out so you can see that even in the scriptures, it shows you that you should be content with what basically be content with that. You find that perfect middle ground where it is just enough for you to live comfortably in this world, but still, go out to highways and byways, still do the work, still be in the truth, which is why the scripture says, as it is written, godliness with contentment is great gain, right? Because and even I think that this is the Apostle Paul that said this. We brought nothing into the world, and it is sure that we can. Let me just read that precept. 1 Timothy 6 verse 6. But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And that is because when we go out of this world, right? We that are in this truth, that the way that we are living this world is to be transformed, to to turn from corruption into incorruption, from mortal into immortal, but also even through death as well. When you go to the spirit world, not even your body, you will not even carry your body into the spirit world, and all the riches that you have with you, it will be left here on earth as well, which is why you have wills and things like that. Now, 1 Timothy 6 verse 8. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. And that money is a huge snare, man. It's a huge distraction, a huge snare. So many people in this truth are falling out. So many people have, falling out of the truth, sold themselves over just for those riches, just for those just for this wealth, okay? That's why the scriptures tell you cannot serve both the most high and mammon. And mammon once again being the love of money. And not just the love of money, but it also, translates to a love of to materialism, right? Because now you are seeing that money isn't just cash and fiat currency, but it's materialism. You are more interested in the works of this world, the things of this world, all the things that you can buy and gain in this world, right? Fast cars, big houses, women, and different other things like that, more than the truth, more than the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which is riches in and of itself. Let me which is riches in and of itself. And let's go to that. So this is the book of Matthew 19, verse 25. And let me continue reading on down. After I've already read the introduction, right? It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So now Matthew 19, verse 25. When his disciples heard it, they were exceedingly amazed, saying, Who then can be saved? But Yahushua beheld them and said unto them, With men this is impossible, but with the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, all things are possible. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and have followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And this is where Waditati Christianity usually gets bogged out in. Because when they tell you that you follow the Most High, they'll tell you that all your rewards and all your blessings will be immediate. So now you have riches in this world, wealth in this world, and so many things more, and pleasures more than you can imagine in this world. But here, our Lord Yahushua tells you that it will happen in the regeneration. And what the regeneration means, what to regenerate, to come back, okay? Meaning that when our bodies are changed, when our Lord Yahushua delivers us and we receive those new bodies, that is when the blessings truly begins. That is when we start to receive the payment for all the riches that we have stacked up for ourselves in the kingdom, right? Matthew 19, verse 29. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. That's right. Our Lord Yahushua has promised us 100 times more than anything that we might have forsaken or abandoned in this world. And so many brothers have abandoned so many things in this world in order to push this truth. And of course, that's not what we are doing it for. It's not about the reward, but it is reassuring and faith building to know that you do have something waiting for you at the other side of this struggle, okay? That once you have overcome to the end, once you have kept the faith and done all that was required of you from the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that you are ultimately going to receive your reward, as it is written, the laborer is worthy of his meat, okay? So yeah, I'm just going to end the video right here. I just want to bring out this quick one for self-rebuke a little bit, just to exhort myself in the spirit, and you Akim as well, that we are rich, we do have riches, and those are the riches of the kingdom waiting for us. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahawashai, Ba'asham Rakak, Wadash, Wa Abad Babal, and through the spirit. I hope you Akim and you are quite edified. Shalom.